Welcome to Housing After 60. I am Charles Odell. On this site, we analyze the math and the reality of senior housing to find your best options. Let's get started.
Welcome to another deep dive from Housing After 60. Today, we are looking at how to fight the coming 2026 property tax surge. We're going to break down exactly how you can prepare based on all the strategies we've outlined on housingafter60.com. Okay, let's get right into it. We've built this explainer to be your complete toolkit. First, we're going to talk about your home versus taxes. Then we'll cover your first-line financial defenses. After that, it's all about winning the assessment game. We'll also get into the big one, the stay or sell calculation. And we'll wrap it all up with a concrete action plan for 2026. All right, first section, your home versus taxes. And this is all about shifting from just being a homeowner to being an asset manager. This is probably the most important mindset shift you can make. The memories in your home, they're priceless, of course. But with these tax changes coming, you absolutely have to start viewing it as a financial asset, one that needs you to actively manage it. Yeah, this quote really nails it. The most dangerous thing a senior can do is fall in love with a piece of real estate. And what Charles Odell means here is that from a purely financial standpoint, your home has to be run like a business. Rising property taxes, that's just an operating cost. It's a silent drain on your equity. And if the costs of running that business, taxes, insurance, upkeep, start to outweigh the benefits, well, you're basically managing a business that's losing money. And think about it. Unlike your mortgage, these property tax payments, they never, ever stop. And with all the recent reassessments, they're not just continuing, they're growing faster than ever. They are literally eating into your retirement funds. Every single dollar you pay in property tax, you don't have to, is a dollar you can't use for healthcare or for travel or for your family. It's just a constant bleed on your net worth. Okay, so now that we're all on the same page about the problem, let's get to the good stuff, the solution. The good news is there are some really powerful and honestly often overlooked tools you can use. And these aren't tricky loopholes or anything. They're actual state programs designed to protect homeowners, especially seniors on a fixed income. So what's our first line of defense? First up, you've got the Homestead Exemption. This is kind of your baseline defense. It's a legal provision that just lowers the taxable value of your home simply because it's your main residence. It sounds super simple, right? But you would be absolutely shocked how many people miss this and end up overpaying their taxes for years because they're being taxed at a higher rate like it's a rental property or something. Okay, the second tool, this one is the most powerful. It's called a circuit breaker program. And the name is perfect. Just like a circuit breaker in your house stops a power surge from causing a fire, this program stops a tax surge from burning right through your savings. It literally caps your property tax bill as a percentage of your income. It's an unbelievably valuable protection. And get this, right now, 18 states have robust circuit breaker laws on the books. This right here really shows the opportunity. We're not talking about a few bucks off either. These programs can literally cut your tax bill in half or even more. This is especially true if your property value has shot up, but your income has stayed the same. If you want the full technical breakdown and a list of those states, you got to check out the post on housingafter60.com. All right, so once your basic defenses are locked in, it's time to get a little more proactive. We're moving into the pro-level plays now. This is all about winning the assessment game, where you stop playing defense and start playing offense, challenging the tax assessor's numbers head on. So here's the secret weapon, really. It's a term called functional obsolescence. And the key thing to understand is this. The computer algorithms the tax assessors use, they're terrible at judging the real condition of an older home. They just see a 30-year-old house and their system stamps average condition on it. It has no clue that your roof only has a couple years of life left or your furnace is from the 90s. And that gap between their fantasy data and your reality, that's your leverage. But this creates what we call the tax trap. See, you're stuck. You lose money on crazy utility bills with your old systems, or you upgrade them and that triggers a value-add event that jacks up your taxes. So you lose either way. The key, the way out, is to prove your home's effective age is higher than its actual age. You're not saying the house is a wreck. You're just providing proof that its main systems, the expensive stuff, are near the end of their life, which means its fair market value for taxes should be lower. So, what's it going to cost to fight back? Well, as you can see in this table, which we detail on the Housing After 60 website, you've got options. You can totally do it yourself, DIY style, for maybe $50, sometimes even free. But if the stakes are really high, hiring a pro tax consultant who works on commission can be a fantastic investment. And here's why. They only get paid a percentage of what they save you. So if you don't save money, they don't make money. It's a great deal. Okay, all of this leads to a much bigger, much more strategic question. The stay or sell calculation. Is it even worth it to stay and fight? Because sometimes the smartest financial move isn't about winning the battle. It's about changing the battlefield. Let's just look at the cold, hard numbers for a second. Take the exact same $500,000 home. In a place like New Jersey, your annual tax bill could be $15,000. But in Tennessee, it's $1,500. That is a massive difference. We're talking over $13,000 a year. What could you do with that? I mean, that's a luxury cruise, that's helping out the grandkids. That's real money every single year. And check this out. When you look at it over 10 years, the impact is absolutely life-changing. That $13,000 a year in savings, invested with a modest return, that creates a tax hedge fund of over $172,000. That's not just money you saved. That is a whole new retirement fund you literally created just by changing your zip code. You've essentially paid yourself all that money. That's how you turn your housing situation from a liability into an asset. Now, a lot of people stay put because of something called the step-up in basis. It sounds complicated, but all it means is your kids can inherit your home and not have to pay capital gains tax on all the value it's gained over the years. It's a great benefit, but you have to do the math. As we noted on the site, does it really make sense to pay, say, an extra $250,000 in property taxes over 20 years just to save your heirs from a potential $30,000 tax bill? Probably not. You have to figure out that crossover point where staying put is actually costing you and your family more money than it saves. Okay, so where do we go from here? What are the immediate, concrete steps you can take today? Let's lay out your 2026 action plan. This is your step-by-step checklist for tax relief. This is how you take control. All right, here's your checklist. Step 1, get your property record card from the county website and audit it for errors. Seriously, mistakes in square footage or the number of bathrooms are super common and are an easy win for an appeal. 2, check for early entry age thresholds. Some states let you file for senior exemptions at 61, not 65. 3, document all that functional obsolescence we talked about. Take pictures of the old roof, the ancient furnace. 4, file your homestead declaration immediately. And 5, this is key, submit the separate state circuit breaker form. They're often 2 different applications. Don't leave that money on the table. And really, it all comes down to this one simple question. Is your home an asset that serves you, or is it a liability that you serve? The whole goal here is to make sure your home is working for you, not the other way around. It should be a source of security, of wealth, not a financial black hole that controls your quality of life. Thanks for watching. For more guides and the full article on this topic, head over to housingafter60.com. And don't forget to check the links in the description below.
Your peace and enjoyment in retirement depends on the right housing strategy. Visit housingafter60.com for our full analysis and cost transparency guides. I will see you in the next video.